Rama. I'll be right there. Mm. Great. Amazing how you found it. Okay. I'll be right there. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Just got to advertise this in another way here. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Here it is. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Good morning there. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Whatever you do, don't give them any Facebook link, and give them the exact link from YouTube if you do any advertising. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh yeah, here we go. I'll give the link here. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. There we go. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Good morning. All right. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So I'm probably going to post this to some people that don't know what we're doing. So this is called chanting. This is called the Maha Mantra, the great mantra of deliverance. Yeah, yeah. So just by chanting this mantra in association with people that have gotten the result of chanting this mantra, which is this upliftment of consciousness and this ecstatic trance-like state, where everything becomes auspicious in your life and beautiful. And people are suffering and unhappy in this life because their consciousness is kind of pushed down into deep lower levels because of various, just because of the way life is. And this raises the consciousness to higher levels, and creates nothing but wonderful, beautiful existence, connection. You feel connection. You start to, especially when you understand, if you learn the philosophy behind this chanting, it's really extraordinary. It's true knowledge. So we'll chant here, do this chanting, and some of the devotees may start laughing or crying or these things. These are symptoms of a liberated condition, liberated state of consciousness. It's good. It's beyond that, and it's sometimes shocking to people because they very rarely see people uh, um, experiencing such things. It's usually only for saints and shamans and everything. But 500 years ago, there was a great incarnation, great avatar, like a saint, a liberator who brought this chanting and this consciousness to the world. And and so he provides this spark to this through association of those who are sparked and are ignited. And you can get it very easily. Otherwise, very hard to attain such consciousness, even to become aware of it. Um, so if you just chant with us or just listen to the vibration, you'll feel this elevation into this expanded state of awareness and happiness. Just naturally, just stick with it for a while, give it a chance, stay here for regularly, and just see if, from your own experience, if your life doesn't transform into something even better and more wonderful. Okay, so that's a little introduction. So don't be shocked if you see some laughing and crying and choking up and calling out. This is symptoms of a Holy Spirit, very sacred spirit. Dark energy moving out. Great. Okay, so Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Oh, I got to advertise it to somebody I was thinking about. Hmm. Yeah, well, I'll tell you later. Okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. How do I do this? Oh, how do I do this? Hare, I gotta figure it out later. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Now we'll chant this preliminary mantra that you could chant before this. If you just before you start this chanting, it's a good one to chant. It opens you up to this level. This is the recent avatar, Lord Krishna. This mantra, Krishna mantra, manifested here in a personality called Krishna and Radha. Hare is Radha, and Krishna is the other half. Is a spiritual androgyny type thing. It's like male and female, God and goddess, and you get this God and goddess experience by chanting this level of consciousness. You start to feel the God and goddess of the mantra. But it's very kind of a deep state, very high state. And the preliminaries to get to that is sometimes chanting this. Sometimes you can feel it right away, but it's chanting the recent avatar, who is Lord Caitanya. And he was the combined form of the Hare Krishna mantra together in one body before they were separated, and they had these relationships so that we could see them. Then he combined again in the recent incarnation and just taught us how to connect with that divinity. And so anyway, by chanting his name and his associate's name, Nityananda, or the Panchatattva, that's some other associates of his, but we'll just start with two names, the Nityananda and Sri Krishna Chaitanya. That opens us up to the full value of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Nityananda, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Nityananda, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Nityananda, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Nityananda, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Nityananda, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Nityananda, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Then you can just chant one name. Either Nityananda, 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 Nityananda. Nityananda, 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 Sri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. And if Jesus is important to you, he is, like many people are Christians, you can chant Jesus' name. And then, try chanting Jesus' name and then chant Nityananda's name and Lord Chaitanya's name and Hare Krishna name. And gradually, you probably see, like many of us, or like I see, that within Lord Chaitanya are all the incarnations, Jesus included. And that it's just like teachers, they're all leading us onward. Like Jesus has led me onward to this. And now I can see how within the deepest incarnation, which is Lord Chaitanya and Hare Krishna, Radha and Krishna, is everything. Everything is in there. That's why it's the Vedas teach is Krishna is the origin, or even Lord Chaitanya you could say is the origin of all incarnations. Yeah. And so then there's no, you're not betraying anybody. You're not betraying Jesus by chanting Lord Chaitanya's name or Hare Krishna mantra. It's all included. It's nice to have an all-included thing. So Jesus is pleased with those who are progressive and understand how things are. So I give John the Baptist, he had disciples, and he said, I should increase, I should decrease, and Jesus should increase. It's progressive. His preaching, in other words, his preaching should decrease, and Jesus's preaching, word, should increase. People, if you're coming from the ISKCON or the same thing, your Vaidhi preaching should decrease, and this should be increased, because this is the progressive path, progressive intimacy with God. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna. But if you really like Jesus' name, you can just chant that. If that, it's all it's up to your heart. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Or you can chant them all. Some of Jesus, some Nityananda, Lord Caitanya, Krishna. Cover all bases. Why not? No harm. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Oh, you want to know what the baptism and the fire and the Holy Spirit is? Come here, stay here for a month. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. We even burn the coverings off of the good people. Even the good, they get a covering burnt off here from the fire. Fire them up too. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Okay, there, Amy will chant Nityananda since you're so fired up. Nityananda, 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 Nityananda. See, actually, Nityananda is the door to Lord Chaitanya. Just like, and even more so, the living devotee is the representative of Nityananda in this world. So the representative introduces you to Nityananda, who introduces you to Lord Chaitanya. It's just a line. Nityananda. That's why it goes so fast here, and doesn't go fast. People try to go directly into the mantra instead of receiving the mantra from a living devotee who has an authentic relationship with the deity that they're chanting. See, they have the. That's why it goes so easily. For you're all connected to this line that are dedicated. Your hearts are dedicated, so you represent the line. People will get Lord Chaitanya just by your association. You just, you know, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Especially when you get over all of the conditionings, you know. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, 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 Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Then when you're on your own, you don't have to even use music or anything. So you can just chant japa like this. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Yeah, actually, there was a devotee who's a Shamananda and was in Vrindavan 550 years ago, and people thought he was crazy because he was on the bank of the Yamuna there, and he was calling out chanting his guru's name, you know, and he was just over and over his guru's name, and people thought, and he was crying and laughing and in ecstasy, just chanting his guru's name. See, sometimes that's even better, just it's up to your heart, or you do a little bit of everything, you know. Actually, that's ideal, everything. Because, the Krishna introduces you to the guru and understanding the importance of the spiritual master, the living devotee. And the living devotee teaches you the importance of Krishna and the connection with Krishna and the importance of everything. The guru ties everything together into a knot forever. So he marries you to Krishna, ties the knot, unties the knot of the heart with your connection with the world, and ties the knot with the spiritual world. So you marry God. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna. Okay, put your microphones on and let everybody hear you. Beautiful chanting. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama
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 Rama,
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama
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 Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hari
Hare,
Hari
Hare
Hari
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna
Hare
Hari
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari
Krishna
Rama
Krishna Hare
Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama Hari Hari Hari
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Hari
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama
Rama Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare, Hare
Rama Hari
Krishna,
Hari Krishna Hari
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama
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 Hare
Rama
Hare
Hari Hari Hari
Krishna Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Krishna,
Hari Rama Hari Rama
Krishna Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hari Hari Krishna Hari Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hari Hari
Krishna, Hare
Hari
Krishna,
Rama Hari Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama,
Hari
Hare Rama,
Krishna Hari Krishna
Rama Rama,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hari
Hare
Hari
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hari
Krishna
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna Hare
Rama Rama Hari
Hare
Hari Hari
Hare,
Krishna
Rama
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Rama
Hari
Rama,
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare,
Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna Krishna Hari Hari
Hari
Hari
Hari,
Rama
Hare
Hari
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hari
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna Hari Hari Hari
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Hari
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hari
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Krishna Hari
Rama
Hari Hari Rama
Hare
Hari
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Hari 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 Krishna Hari
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare,
Rama Hari
Rama
Rama
Hare
Rama
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 Rama,
Hari Hari Hari
Hare
Krishna Hari
Hare,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hari
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare, Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama
Hare Krishna Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Rama
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna Hare Krishna
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare
Rama
Hari
Krishna,
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hari
Rama
Rama Rama Rama Hari
Rama
Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna Hari Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hari
Hare,
Rama
Hare Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Hari Hari
Hare
Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari Hari Hari
Hare Rama
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Rama
Krishna 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 Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama
Krishna Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hari
Hare
Rama Hari
Krishna
Rama
Hare Krishna
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hari
Krishna
Rama Hari
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Rama
Hari Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Hari Hari
Hare
Hari Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari Hari Hari
Krishna
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 Hari Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama
Krishna
Hare Rama
Hari Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari
Hare
Rama So I'm going to put this link on Facebook, but don't everybody go to Facebook, please. Just stay
No, we
here.
stay here.
This is for the stragglers who can't get on or something. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama, Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
like a
Hare
donkey.
Rama,
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama,
Rama Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama Hare
Rama,
Rama
Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
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 Rama,
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Rama, Hare
Rama
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama,
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Rama
Krishna,
Hare Rama
Hare Rama, Rama,
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna
Shri Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Rama Hare
Krishna
Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Shri
Hare Krishna
Krishna Chaitanya, Shri
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya,
Rama Hare
Shri
Rama
Krishna Chaitanya,
Krishna
Shri Krishna
Rama Rama
Chaitanya,
Hare Hare
Shri
Krishna Hare
Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Krishna
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare Rama
Chaitanya,
Hare Rama
Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna
Krishna Hare
Chaitanya,
Hare
Shri
Rama Hare Rama
Krishna
Rama
Chaitanya,
Rama Hare
Shri
Hare Krishna
Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya,
Hare Rama
Shri
Hare Rama
Krishna
Rama
Chaitanya,
Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Shri Krishna
Krishna Hare
Chaitanya,
Hare
Shri
Rama Hare
Krishna
Rama
Chaitanya,
Rama Rama
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Chaitanya,
Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Rama
Chaitanya, Shri Krishna
Rama Rama
Chaitanya,
Hare Krishna
Shri
Hare Krishna
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 Chaitanya,
Krishna Hare Rama
Shri
Hare Rama
Krishna Chaitanya, Shri
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Chaitanya,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Shri
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya,
Rama Hare Rama
Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Rama Rama Hare Krishna
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya, Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Shri
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Chaitanya, Shri
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Krishna Krishna
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare Rama
Chaitanya,
Rama
Shri
Rama
Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, 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 Nityananda. Nityananda, Nityananda,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Nityananda. Nityananda, Nityananda, Nityananda.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Nityananda.
Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare
Smash the
Rama
like button.
Rama Rama
Smash the like button, everybody.
Sorry.
Hare
Nityananda,
Krishna Hare Krishna
Nityananda,
Krishna Krishna
Nityananda.
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Nityananda. Share it
Rama
with your
Rama
friends. Share it with your
Hare
friends.
Krishna Hare Krishna
Nityananda,
Krishna Krishna
Nityananda,
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Nityananda,
Rama Rama
Nityananda. Become
Hare Krishna
followers
Hare Krishna
of these things. Nityananda, 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 Nityananda. We're going mainstream. We're going mainstream. Hey, look, 15 people already. All right. Nityananda, Nityananda. Mainstream, here we go. Why not? Lord
Nityananda,
Chaitanya has a lot of grace to him.
Nityananda, Nityananda,
Nityananda, Nityananda,
Nityananda,
Nityananda,
Nityananda,
Nityananda,
Nityananda,
Nityananda,
Nityananda.
Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, my Lord.
Nityananda, Nityananda, Nityananda,
Krishna,
Nityananda,
Nityananda,
Nityananda, Nityananda, Nityananda,
Nityananda,
Nityananda, Nityananda,
Nityananda,
Nityananda, Nityananda, Nityananda.
Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Chaitanya, Shri
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Chaitanya, Shri Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Chaitanya,
Chaitanya.
Shri
Prabhu
Krishna
Nityan,
Chaitanya,
Shri
Shri
Krishna Chaitanya,
Krishna Chaitanya,
Prabhu Nityan,
Shri Krishna
Shri
Chaitanya,
Gaura
Shri
Hari,
Krishna
Gaura Hari,
Chaitanya,
Gaura Hari, Gaura
Shri
Hari, Gaura
Krishna
Hari, Gaura Hari,
Chaitanya,
Gaura Hari, Gaura Hari,
Nityananda,
Gaura Hari.
Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri
Haridas,
Krishna
Haridas,
Chaitanya,
Haridas,
Shri Krishna
Haridas.
Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Radhe Radhe.
Nityananda, Nityananda,
Krishna,
Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna
Krishna, Krishna,
Chaitanya,
Krishna.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya.
Chaitanya.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Shri
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
Om
Namo
Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Devaya.
Om
Om Namo
Namo Bhagavate
Bhagavate Devaya.
Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Yeah, yesterday I was in the restaurant in the coffee shop. I didn't do a live there. I was talking. I forgot my earphone. So I was talking like how you do when you to somebody to Maria, and so I'm talking loud. We're talking devotional subject, right? And I notice people's ears start going like this. One guy was pretending like he's not listening, but you can see bending his ear over listening. And then one guy just walks by, and he just heard something, you know. And then after I finish the conversation, he comes back and says, "Oh, what you're talking about sounds interesting." Isn't that amazing how that the preaching was just like that? He came, it sounds interesting. What are you doing? And I sat half an hour talking to the guy about, this, and he was listening and said, "Oh, can I come to this program that you guys have?" Yeah. See, there's room for the preaching. See, there's room, and so it made me think. It's like Lalita's was preaching. I watch her preaching to the Ritviks, or whatever, or Ritvik theory. The living gurus of Ritviks. They're all both hard. They're like it's like preaching to a tree. Nothing goes in. It just it echoes. It goes back to you. It doesn't go in. And these people, they don't have no experience, nothing. It goes right in, and they even come over. I didn't go even approach the guy. He came over to me. Just heard the vibration. So it shows to me why Paul, he was doing this. He was preaching to the Vites, on that level, they're just, like hard, it's like you can't penetrate. And he says, "Oh, you guys don't want to listen, you Jewish people. You don't want to, Jesus came to you guys first, just like we're coming to the Vaishnavas, and you don't want to listen. Okay, we'll go to the regular people out there." That's what he did. What's the difference? It's always the same. See, a prophet is never accepted in their hometown. Jesus even taught that. See, our hometown is the Vaishnavas. Yeah, they don't basically. Some see we reach into the fold, and whoever comes out comes out. But hey, man, there's a big field out here. of people who are dying for this. Really, they're looking for this, looking for relief. You know, so we can share with people like that and benefit them because they're ripe and ready. You know, Paul started to notice that in his preaching. He started. He would get dreams. You know, people. Jesus go. He says, "Oh, go to this town, and I have followers in that town." They didn't know they were followers. You know, but as soon as the devotee goes, they wake up. Okay, this is how it is. They wake up, and they were looking for the like Maria. You know, we just made it. Boom, woke up. Oh, I feel this feels so familiar. You know, and then right away, Lord Chaitanya comes and goes, follows her around. Okay? So that's how it is. You notice. So whatever in your activities and everything, you don't have to be. If the word doesn't go in, yeah, just shit like who is it? Jesus taught his disciples, shake your the dust off your feet. You know, just by, you give them a warning, like, oh, you guys don't receive the message, you fools, and then move on. Because you waste a lot of time with these persons. They just go in and it's like preaching to a tree. What is the point? Yeah. You give a few words. It's good to make a statements, and then if you see the word ain't going, then okay, see you later, man. And it's your loss. Hey, tell them, express yourself. Oh, your loss, man. You fool. You don't accept this great gift because it's a gift. People are not doing this by their own merits. It's by the merit of Lord Chaitanya's will and his grace. We're here to do the will of Krishna and will of Lord Chaitanya, not the will of Krishna was to keep it in that incarnation, was to keep it only in Vrindavan. We're doing the will of Lord Chaitanya. Will is give it to the lowest persons. Anybody will receive it. Yeah. And so let these others on that platform, well, that's, how it is. Don't want to waste our time. That's what do you think when Jesus said, "Don't cast your pearls before dogs." No, your pearls before swine and food before dogs. See, if you preach to a dog, they can't listen. They don't hear, right? You preach to a dog, see if they can go, "Oh, wow, I understand so much." So Jesus was comparing these people to that level as like a dog. A dog is ignorant. I mean, dogs are nice if Maria's white. Don't worry, I like dogs. I'm just saying the point. They can't understand English. Well, I mean, maybe Spanish. Some of them, like you, but basically, they don't understand how to analyze. So a lot of devotees that are beginners on the path, they don't know how to analyze these things. Don't have to understand because they got to receive the mercy at some point. I mean, real mercy. They're building it up, so they can receive this word. You advance just by hearing. So if you find a person who's just willing to hear, they advance automatically. They just start to, like Maria, she was willing to hear and she starts to advance automatically. Automatically, Lord Chaitanya comes because the Lord is giving. It's a gift, again, revived, and let these others be striving for it. Let that be their lesson. Let that be humbled. That you're only going to get this through those who have received the mercy already. You're only going to chant on this level if you chant with those who chant on this level. Otherwise, you'll go sit there and do your dry rounds, do your speculations, and that's what they do. Oh, we don't want to listen. We're going to chant our dry rounds. We're going to take many lifetimes to get where you are, simply because our guru said so. It doesn't make sense, but they can't process this. So you just do like this. I give warning. Maybe somebody caught them. Maybe some good sense will come into somebody someday. And then all time for people who are willing to listen. That's what Jesus did. He knew. He just went out and preached, and whoever came forward, you know, usually not that many, but I think a lot more are going to come because this is a beautiful message. The other is not well, it's not as intelligent as this one. really, the Jesus message, that you gotta, it's kind of hard to take. You gotta accept that God, murdered his son. I mean, come on, not everybody's going to accept that. It's a Jewish thing. It's a Jewish idea. You got to murder an animal and have blood all over it to be sacrificed for God. It's actually a mode of ignorance. So you don't have to do that. I mean, it's fine if that gets you to believe in Jesus, that he was murdered by God, and somehow or other you think, wow, that's a great thing. I mean, the Jewish people, that's what God brought them, to Jesus. They go, well, I guess God did one sacrifice. Well, in a sense, that's kind of a good thing. It stopped the sacrifice of things. God did it with one's, his son, and therefore now we don't have to do that anymore. Although they still do it, the Jewish people, they still always, Anyway, um, it's more intelligent, and this is the latest incarnation, this Lord Caitanya, to show that God is a reasonable God. He's a merciful God. He's the most merciful God. His mercy is beyond anything you can see in this world. See, he proved that, and proving it again. The Vaishnavas don't see at this point that the Lord is really that merciful because it's very hard for them to connect with the Lord. So they don't know that special mercy of Lord Chaitanya. That's our niche. That's our brand in this world, is to promote that mercy to whoever will receive it. Spontaneously, people will advance effortlessly. Well, look at. I mean, Amy's a good example. She doesn't do any big austerities. Never did to get here, that we know of. You know, but she just by hearing and by appreciating the message, she has all these good realizations. You know, transcendental things. Yeah. Okay. Let's take Mayavadi. She's a good preaching example. Thank you, Mayavadi, for being yourself and give me an opportunity to preach, because this is good for everybody. That's why you're here, is the Lord that wants. See, you got to see signals. See, like if you see people, like on Facebook or something, look for the signals. God is He's trying to give you hints. So that's what I look at. Is what's the hint here? What's the hint of Mayavadi coming on, just and saying what she says? What's the Lord trying to tell me? So anyway, this is my interpretation here. See what you guys think. All right. So Mayavadi says, God darn it, what is this? Yeah. Why do I not feel her? It seems I'm not from this planet. I'm elsewhere. See, that's being an outsider. Okay? And everybody starts like that. Even in the Sangha, um, I remember Janaki, she was feeling like when she first came, she felt like an outside, like, God, I don't know what to do. I don't know, I don't know. I want to fit in, but I don't know if how to fit in. I don't know exactly. And just by staying here, just gradually, you become a family member. You start to see, making friends with the devotees. See? And yeah, it's very important. And if you throw up over the devotees, please apologize, because as you mature, you won't do that kind of stuff anymore. So otherwise these people, the new people, you know who that is I'm talking to, and they yeah, they burn out. They don't understand. They're just new. They don't know what you're doing. So you apologize, for their benefit too. Later on, they understand these things, but in the beginning, you want to make friends, and stuff. It's good. You just you want to keep people here. Wow, what's going on here? Yeah, it takes time to understand. Yeah, so like Mayavadi, you want to be an insight, you just keep coming, keep talking to the devotees, and gradually, by and by, you're kind of brought inside to see what we see. That's because we're being elevated by the grace of Lord Chaitanya. It's a very deep place. It's very special. um, it's very much like in the world, like you when you're part of a family, they bonded, right? They bonded together, they know each other, and you're just when you're an out, you're a new person, you come there, you feel like an out. They look at you and they think, oh, they might like to invite you in a little bit, but for a while you're not a fan. I mean, they've been bonding for years together, right? So it's more exclusive. What is this a reflection of? The truth. The same thing. Lord Chaitanya had intimate associates and they bonded spiritually. See, this is a spiritual bond. This is why this is beautiful. You spiritually bond with it. You become an insider and then you're delivered. You start to feel like the devotees feel. See, just by the grace of the devotees, the mercy of the devotees, and by their association. Otherwise, you don't feel like that. That's why the Vaidis, until they become respectful and come closer to this preaching, they'll feel they'll be outsiders, and everything will be harder for them. That's why those who are like in the world, people that are willing to listen, they come here and they, wow, my burdens are going. It's like Maria. She's come from her situation, and she says, "Oh God, things are so much more easier now." She said, God, everything, I feel the guidance and everything is, and the healing. It was hard for her to heal before, harder, even though she felt that's her gift. And she said, as soon as with Lord Chaitanya, now she's starting to do a little healing and she starts to feel that the Lord, in her heart and causes her to cry. See, I said, yeah, that's the empowered situation. She said, yeah, I feel like a super empowered, super powered. That's how it is, man. The Lord empowers you. How do you think I can preach like this? Can you think on my own? Are you kidding? It's that Lord. It's this, see, Bhakti Vedanta. See, the Vedanta, the preaching, the word comes from the Bhakti. See, it's from the woman. See, the female, Radha, devotion. She knows about Krishna. Nobody else knows. See, when she enters your heart, this is the whole point of our thing. When your heart opens and you start to cry, that's the real female. You could be in a male or female body, but you don't know what the real female is until you feel this love awaken, special love and devotion. That's Radha. That's devotion. She personifies that devotional state of consciousness. See, then the Vedanta flows. Literally flows. Otherwise, there's no Vedanta. Yeah. So this is what we hear. They see people learning. Look, Maria's getting that experience already after just days or months or whatever, a few months or something. Goes by really fast. I mean, she says, "Oh, I've been around 3 months." I said, "Really?" I felt like I just met you. The devotees, part of family, man. Amazing, the whole thing. She feels already part of the family to an extent. She can still got to get to know some of the. We got some, tough nuts here. Scrappers, scrappers, fighters, Yeah, so that's so you just keep coming and try to understand by, coming and gradually by and by. If you make it, you might. I don't know. This is your chance. It's a chance. Not everybody does. Some people come here and they take takeaway. Some people sit down in a restaurant. Like think of this like a restaurant. I come to this restaurant every day. I like it. This is my favorite place, favorite restaurant. I come here to eat. Yeah, some people do takeaway. They come here a couple of times and they think, I'll take it to go, and then they go and they leave. But then they'll run out of the real food because sadhu sangha is really where how you get it. Until they run out, then sometimes they come running back. They want more food, and then they do the takeaway again. Well, let me take some away, and then they go off and they want to be alone or with their relationship without any friends or anything. They don't. Well, can you imagine Vrindavan without any people there? Yeah. I'm going to go to Vrindavan, and so anyway, those who do too much takeaway, You don't understand the point. This is here to get you ready for Vrindavan. Otherwise, you say you die and you have some ecstatic feelings, and then the Lord says, "Oh, come into Vrindavan," and then you do a takeaway thing. Well, I don't know. I'll come for a minute and then I'm going to go. And they do the takeaway thing. They don't want to go into Vrindavan and be with Vrindavan devotees, with the family. Don't we like families? I mean, why have a family? You can't say that you don't like family if you have a family in this world and you bonded with the world and your children, right? Then this is the transcendental family. It begins here. It's available here. You think this is always available? Usually, this level of consciousness is not available. The person attains this level, kind of goes to a cave, it goes to Radhakund and hides. See? Or they go and preach, or they hide it too, like Prabhupada. He was preaching but hiding this. Where do you see such? This is why the mercy of love of Krishna is available now. See, on the order, Prabhupada. 1996 order is very important. Okay? Otherwise, not available. It's just Vaidi's available. Yeah? That's what they preach, right? That's what Narayan Maharaj. He preached like, oh yeah, Radhe, Radhe, and all this stuff. But what was really available? Vaidhi. Lots of rules, lots of regulations, and all that stuff. See, so and then holding back the ecstasy if it was there. I don't know. I just deal with what I see. What I don't see, I don't see. I don't know. Yeah. So see, I deal with proof. I want to see proof now. Everybody should. I think that's reasonable, right? Look for proof. Where is the real disciplic line? Where's the progressive disciplic line? Where is it? Where is the end result if it's available? Is the end result available? Is love of God? Is prema available? Are the symptoms of that somewhere? See, that's to me is good thinking. Yeah, not trying to put on a proud show. Like pride. Oh, this is it, pride. A proud sannyasi. Somebody see this is all win-win. People come here, everybody wins. This is what the Lord wanted, everybody to become ecstatic devotees with and have these gifts manifesting. It started with Jesus. The same thing with Paul's preaching. People started to develop spiritual gifts. Some were prophets, some were healers, some were this or whatever. That's happening here. Some are singers, some are healers. Who knows what the Lord will manifest? Some are seers. Um, yeah. So let's see here. Okay, so let's see. Bhagavatam. I'll read some Gita here. This is Opulence of the Absolute, Chapter 10, Bhagavad Gita. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "Listen, O mighty armed Arjuna. Because you are my dear friend, for your benefit, I shall speak to you further, giving knowledge that is better than I have already explained." You know what? I want to see something here. Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari. Here we go. All right, here. I just want to see something here. Hare Krishna. So this is Prabhupada's original books. That was from the Veda base. Let's see what his translation says. The Supreme Lord said, "My dear friend, mighty armed Arjuna, listen again to my supreme word, which I shall impart to you for your benefit, and which will give you great joy." Let's see what they say there on this one. Huh. See, it's different than the original word. Huh. Bhagavad Gita is at 10, yeah. Yeah, so I'll go with Prabhupada's. You see how it starts to get when even so short a time and still they start changing. So can you imagine with the Bible 2,000 years later? Yeah. After a while, you don't understand what is the importance of guru. I'm sure Jesus taught it, but then they put it on. It's just like going directly again. When still, even now, you got to get it through those who are preaching here, the word. They got to be empowered with the Holy Spirit. See, they give the spark. Not enough emphasis is given. So, anyway, that's what happens. All right, so here's the original. The Supreme Lord said, "My dear friend, mighty armed Arjuna, listen again to my supreme word." See, supreme word. This is when you come to the point and you're ready to listen. You listen to the preaching of the acharyas. The acharyas are the ones who have made it back into the spiritual kingdom, and they leave the boat of this transcendental knowledge, this chit understanding. See, so little hints like this, the supreme word. There are a lot of people speaking, right? You get people, different teachers speaking, and you get the result of their word. It opens up a reality into your life. See, isn't that's the kind of the way the world works too? Remember the Truman Show? The Truman Show was built on the narrative of the producer. It's so Carl Schwab, it really is. Carl Schwab. I was listening to Carl Schwab. Was it Carl Schwab, the Schwab guy? No, Carl. What's that guy's name? Something. The Carl. That's is it not Carl? Is it Carl Schwab? What's the guy's name? The W World Economic Forum. Does anybody know? And keep up on the news, or you just totally oblivious, think of Krishna all the time? Lily says, I don't know anything. I'm just Hare Krishna ecstasy. That's the best place to be. just let the world do what it does, but let me just go on chanting in ecstasy.
I have no television, no radio, nothing. I don't
already
have that.
nothing. Man, yeah, it's smart. That's why she's so ecstatic. Anyway, that guy, World Economic. He when they want to shape, and it's so funny because the Truman Show. There's a guy behind uh, everything that goes on in this city designed. See, and so it's the word, it's the narrative. So Maya is working. This is the illusion. The illusion creates a narrative. See, and that so the mainstream is preaching the narrative. So this is I don't do this is not a criticism. This is just kind of the way that things work, so that people understand. And so there's a narrative being preached by the mainstream media. We're all the same preaching. It's the same word. It's the same narrative. It's all about stories. Even the Bhagavatam's about stories, right? Veda Vyas got the order from Narada: preach stories. Give them a story. See, it's all the storytelling. So people in Maya, they know this that are craftily intelligent. The Lord uses the kind of these snaky types. And they say, "Oh, narrative. If I can get people to listen to these narratives, then I can control them. I can limit them. I can manipulate them. It's like an artist crafting a piece, and you're that what do you call resource? Like they used to paint something. You need the paint and the paintbrush and all that. Well, you're part of that here in the world. This is Maya. You're used by that. See, so if I can get you to listen to my narrative and say I'm crafting something in this world. I want this world to be more like, say, for example, I want smart cities. Okay, so I'll give a narrative about, okay, the world's going to be like a smart city, and then we're going to advertise that, and this is the way it's going to be. They call that predictive programming. See, and people watch TV, they watch movies and all that, and they're sitting there like this, and they're taking in the programming, and oh yeah, this is great. Yes, this is the program. Oh yeah, and after a while, they start doing what they are programmed. See, the narrative, what story is being programmed in you. Okay? We're doing the same thing. I just let's just be upfront. See, they're not upfront because the narrative really isn't that good. Maya's narrative never is. It's deceitful. It's kind of so bad and it's so tricky. She got to trick you into it because it's not something you would really go on your own. You have to be deceived into it. That's what she does. That's why Jesus said, hey, Maya, illusion, you've been a murderer from the beginning. That's what you do. You deceive them, you trick them. Uh, and that's because that's what the illusory energy it's called. So you can learn all these things here, people. You know, this is how to outsmart this so-called smart cities thing. You become smarter than the smart city narrative. Right? So it's all narratives, and people learn by narratives. And so anyway, this is how it works. It's always worked like this. That's why there is a narrative given by Moses, a narrative given by Bhaktisiddhanta, a narrative given by Prabhupada in their preaching. See, it's the word. See, not just reading. It's got to be acted out. See, it's got to be a vibration. See, so the vibration from Moses was vibrated what people were supposed to do, follow rules, regulations, ceremonies. See, that was the narrative. See, now to understand this is a very deep thing. Vedavyas was preaching that narrative, rules, regulations, liberated idea, liberation. So he was preaching that word, and he was writing down that word. And people were reading that word and hearing that word, that preaching, rules, regulations. And he's doing this, and his heart was not feeling happy. He said, what is going on here? I'm writing all these books. I'm preaching about, how to make progress in the world. But my heart is still unhappy. So it was his prayer. And then who came? Gurudev, right? Narada Muni. He came and he preached the word. He said, more preach now a narrative, the stories about more the deeper truths about Krishna, about the supreme absolute truth. Preach that narrative, and that'll make your heart happy and everybody else's heart happy. That's why the Ritviks and the living gurus, following the ones that are not really awakened gurus yet, you know, they're preaching a narrative still. They're carrying on the tradition of the narrative that was preached to them. They don't have the empowerment to preach the deeper narrative. See? So they preach, and they're preaching rules, regulations, ceremonies, just what their guru taught them. And they pass that line on. So they're not ready to listen to this narrative till they were like Veda Vyas and say, God, is there something more deep? And they start really praying. See, they're developing a desire to know. See, if you cannot worship the Lord in ecstatic devotion like we do, then follow the rules and regulations until you develop a desire to attain Krishna. What is the meaning? Krishna is the ecstatic. That's the real form of the Lord. See? He's the more juicy form, the more ecstatic form, the liberated form. See? When you develop a desire, you realize, I have to go and meet the living person and I have to hear from them. See? That's why if you go to ordinary people and they're willing to listen to you, they don't have to go. All that Vaidhi stuff is just to get them to listen to the ecstatic devotees. But look at Maria. She didn't do any big Vaidhi thing, but she was willing to listen and open to this. And it's just increasing attractive. Same thing with Amy or any new people coming here. If they're just willing to listen, they don't have to go that hard path. If not, if you don't listen, what's the only alternative? That was the mercy of Lord Caitanya to preach Vaidhi. I guess, if you're not going to listen to get this gift and listen to the devotees and associate with them, that's your only alternative if you want to make progress. See, it's the narrative. See, so if you come here, you're hearing very deep narratives, and see, like here, this is the supreme word. You will see this word is supreme. This word is there is no other words in this world that are enunciated to the world to follow as juicy, as wonderful, as auspicious than the word of God coming through his real devotees and associates. That's why Krishna, what he says is absolutely true. Listen, Arjuna, listen. You are my devotee and my friend. See, you're my friend. You're my friend. See, that's why, what do I tell people? Make friends with the devotees. You get their mercy. See, they'll speak to you and things that they are realizing from their ecstatic worship. See, because you're my friends, I'm telling you these things. Otherwise, go ahead. What? You're muted.
Yeah, I was on YouTube, and to talk to you, I need to come back to Restream. So
Oh, oh,
you see, when I want to write, I need to go to YouTube. When I want to talk to you, I need to go to Restream to unmute myself. So
oh, I see. I see. Okay,
yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's because you are my friend. I trust you because you are purified.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, listen to my supreme word, and that's when you start to see when you're open to hearing. This real bhakti yoga is actually a path of a descending path. It's taught like this. This is the real bhakti yoga, not the practice version in Vaidhi. This is it's as it says in Nectar Devotion. Real bhakti yoga is a descending path. It descends from spirit into this world through the channel, through the bona fide spiritual master, the real associate, descends to them, and you receive it through the word, and it opens up that reality. And that's why I say you can, when you receive this supreme word, you see it's supreme. Wow, this has liberated me. This has freed me from illusion. And then you look at the illusion, you look at people under illusion, and think, wow, if they would only listen to this supreme word, like I'm listening, and they will be as free as I am. That's what Prahlad preached to his demon associates, which we have the same kind of opportunity now. He preached exactly that. He said, I listened to my guru. In the womb, I listened. See, I listened. I took those words of my guru to heart. And it's given me this relationship, this understanding, this supreme word that I can speak to you, and it's given this reality of this closeness with God that's supreme. The Word did it. I listened to a bona fide guru who had this relationship with the Lord. It's sublime, very rare, and you can have it too because I'm in line. He said, and we're in line also. See, you're all in line now. You're those who are dedicated. And you're not flip flopping. That's the weakness of the devotees here, flip flop. So the stronger you get, more in strength you get from associating with devotees, sadhu sangha, and chanting the names. Then you can transmit that supreme word better and better and better, stronger, 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 where people start to get it. You'll feel it. The flow of the disciplic line flows through you because you're fixed in it. You're solid in it now. You're not thinking, well, is this the right path? I don't know, man. There's so many others out there. Is Gohari the real? Is he a real guru? I don't know. These other people are against him. I don't know. I see that kind of that's doubt. See, so that you gotta. That's why you gotta hear more and more and more. Get purified to the point to see this is a supreme word. This is what you think. Words like this and proof that this is bona fide is in the results. You're the results. You listen to this word attentively, and you're becoming stronger, 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 more clear, more ecstatic. See, this is proof in the witnesses that this word is real. This word is a liberating word. It's a word of God. If it wasn't, you can't get liberated like you guys. You have liberated symptoms. And even if you're not even fully perfected in your purification, the Lord is not waiting. He's given you ecstatic symptoms. That means he's given you himself. Yeah. Regardless of what you are. That's what he did. You see, Lord Chaitanya told Nityananda, and I got the same order. Give this even to the lowest people. Anybody who will receive it will get it. If they receive your word, they receive me. See? What did Jesus say? You're my dedicated disciples. You've given your life to this mission. Whoever receives you receives me. So what is the meaning? Which was lost in the translation. When Jesus said, "When whoever receives you receives me and receives the Father," see? You receive the whole line. See, if they receive you, otherwise, people they think they're receiving the line in Vaishnavism. No, they got to prove it. If you say, "I receive," say Prabhupada, and you don't receive this preaching, you're not even, you're not, you're not in the line, because this is the line is here. Even if you're a Prabhupada disciple, see the line is here, and otherwise you're back. You're in back of the line. See, this is the front of the line, isn't it? This is why people who come into the front of the line. See, we're doing is say, hey, everybody, come to the front of the line. You don't have to be in the back of the line. See, Prabhupada's preaching is the back of the line. See, the back, isn't it? It's not the front of the line. Front of the line is Lord Chaitanya's ecstatic gift. See, that's the front of the line. That's here. See, otherwise, you're in the back of the line. Even though you were initiated by Prabhupada and you're proudly going around saying, I'm a Prabhupada disciple. But the devotees come here, they're in front of you. They're in the kingdom of God because this is the front of the line. See, they get in first and you're still in the back. You won't come to the front. So you're still in the long back, in the back of the line. The back of the line is Vaidhi preaching. It's like look at it in the example of Jesus's preaching. Look at these fishermen came to the front of the line, and these Pharisees went around proudly. No, we're in the front of the line. That was a lie. That wasn't true. The fisherman, Peter, he was in the front of the line. He had faith in the current acharya. He's in the front. He got the Holy Spirit. These Pharisees held out. No, we're not going to the. We're going to stay in the back of the line with Moses preaching, the hard-hearted preaching. See? And these fishermen, they got into the kingdom first. Even Jesus said, even this whores, if a whore will come here and listen and accept, become part of our preaching and group, they'll get into the kingdom. The devotee is the door entrance into the kingdom, the progressive preaching of the door. See, it's forming your reality. See, the narrative. That's why Jesus' narrative was different than Moses' narrative. It was a deeper understanding of a reality that was deeper, of the absolute truth than some external rules and regulations. The Vaidhi Bhaktas who are following the traditions brought forth by Prabhupada and his traditional gurus, thousands of them now, and the Narayan Maharaj Guru, all of them, you're following those traditions. But people coming here, you're in the front of the line. You get into the kingdom that they dream about, but they don't have any idea. But you have a better idea because you're in the front of the line. See, front of the line. Always, smart devotee will always want to be in the front of the line. It's not even intelligent to be in the back of the line, but what do? A lot of people just don't listen to good sense, good preaching. Come on, doesn't that make sense? Come to the front of the line. The front of the line is being offered. It doesn't not always being offered. What if we weren't creating this reality, which it's the supreme word? The supreme word of God is not Vaidhi word. The supreme word is spontaneous devotional love of God. Raga Nuga. See, you're following God out of rasa, transcendental rasa. That's the supreme word. That reality is the supreme reality. All you do, you get to the wind of that, man. There's no other reality in this universe, from the front to the back of it, that is better than that that reality. Okay, so the Truman Show was this limited thing, and he's following that narrative. He didn't like it even. That's why he eventually got out, sort of, he realized, look, these guys, they're not trying to do me well. They're trying to limit me. They're trying to shape my world. Yeah. See, I don't feel fulfilled listening to their narratives. And I want to go, I want to travel, I want to do this. And they keep making me limited. That's what's going on now. See, people want to see, what are we doing? We used to, even in the world, we used to travel and all this stuff. And now the narrative is coming as, oh, no, no, you don't want to do that anymore. No, no, no. No, we're going to make it really hard. Ah, you want to go in the meta universe. This is a new narrative. Get your little goggles. Who's creating that? Is God creating that? Yes and no. He's creating that through Maya. He's creating limitations. All of a sudden, your body and your expression in this world are becoming more and more limited. See, to the point where you're going to be in a little cubicle, like these movies are showing. You're going to be in a little cubicle, and you'll be barely able to move, and you'll be in this universe that's being shaped by Maya right now. Do you want to go that? See? Or do you want the narrative of the supreme word that actually liberates you? See, expands your understanding of what's going on in this world, not limiting it, not controlling you by Maya of illusion and getting further and further away from who you are. See, so anyway, if you make friends with the devotees, you will understand all these deeper, deeper things and become more and more liberated eternally in this. See, so you'll understand what real, true sovereignty that people that are rebelling against this. This is a message to you, good people. See, you good people out there. You'll. This is why I see people. Good people are coming here. You can't be any gooder than some of the people that come here. Their hearts. Look at this, Maria. She won't even kill a fly. I tell you, man. This is she actually doesn't like humanity. You know why? She said, and this is why the demigods feel the same. They don't even want to come here anymore. She's like that. She says, I'd rather be with animals. They're more natural. People, they throw cans everywhere. They're polluting the world. They get hurting people, hurting this and hurting that. See, that's the kind of a she's like a demigoddess type person. Very unusual, but still, I notice sadness in their face. So I'm here to show her and every good or bad person that you'll get that ain't good enough. See, to make you really happy. See, people have faith in their being good, they're going to be pleasing to God. Okay, that's very nice, giving you energy and stuff, but still it's a bit of a burnout and it doesn't take the sadness away of your life. See? But this level does. This is the supreme reality beyond being a good recycler and a world whale saver and all that. You can still do all that stuff if you want. Do it as long as you want to do it. But mainly, as you open up to Lord Chaitanya's message, it opens up a whole new reality. Okay? And you can help others. See, instead of thinking, I don't like humanity anymore, look at they're doing. You can give mercy to those who are mean and decrepit, and otherwise you're limited. See, so this is where Lord Chaitanya, you get in tune with his energy, you become forgiving of everybody, like him. You can welcome everybody. If they will welcome you and you welcome them, you'll welcome them. The Lord will welcome. Oh, you're coming to my devotees. You're hearing their supreme word. See, just find the most supreme word you can find in this world. Isn't that? I think that if this word, you listen to this word, because we speak a lot, right? Gohari is a big motor mouth here. Yeah, listen to this word and just see how your experience. Does it open up your experience? Do you feel more free? Feel more happy? Yeah. So that's the whole thing. What narrative are you listening to? Does it make you feel more free, more expanded, more sovereign in your life? See, because it's always gotta be some narrative. You gotta hear some narrative. So try to find the supreme word, supreme narrative that gives you more freedom. See? So for me, it's this word that I get in these books without them being too twisted, that's the thing. See, unfortunately, people take these words and they twist them for their material benefit. They think they want to, it's got material motive on it. So they take the words of the scriptures and start twisting them for their, thing. So anyway, the more clear message you get from pure-hearted devotees, blessed are the pure in heart, they shall see God. See, God is in the scriptures without speculation. You just relish the word, see? But your heart has to be purified. You come here, your heart will be increasingly purified, and then you'll chant these scriptures, you'll chant these names, holy names, and you'll feel very ecstatic, lifted into deeper levels of freedom forever, deeper levels of happiness forever, expanded. Things that people don't know. People's happiness is limited. You eat food, you get the same taste over and over and over again, right? It tastes good, but there's limit to it. It's always the same, never anymore. Unless you get more hungry, then it tastes a little better, But it's limited. Everything. But this word, the word of God, see, coming through his real devotees, expands your happiness and your taste more and more and more. Ever fresh, ever expanding. Yeah. Oh, Prabhupada's books. The Supreme Lord said, even that, every word in these books is full of meaning. The Supreme Lord said. Can you imagine hearing words spoken by the Supreme Lord? That's Bhagavad Gita as it is. If they would have left the book as it is, it would have been better. But they had to make like 500 or something changes. But it's okay. If you hear it from the right source, they'll untwist what has been twisted. Yeah. People do yoga and they twist their body into a pretzel. We untwist everybody's body out of their pretzelness. You can do all the yoga you want and twist your body in all kinds of pretzel ways, but the devotee, the bhakti yoga untwists your body and your heart and everything. It's all twisted in a pretzel. We straighten everything out. You ever see pretzels that are straight? Yeah. Straight pretzels are better. They're more effective. They're the real danda. See, a twisted pretzel, you try and slap people with a twisted pretzel, it doesn't. But you get a straight pretzel, man, you crack it over there. It's the truth, man. It's like a stick. Yeah. See, that's why devotees are straight, not all crooked. Everybody is twisted in this world. See, their understanding is twisted. That's what Maya does. She twists you up. You become confused and unclear. See, bhakti, hearing the real word, it untwists everything. The Supreme Lord said, so in the beginning was the Word. The Word was with God, the Word was God. So people need to find the supreme word that gives you the supreme liberation, the supreme experience of the truth. See, that's the whole thing. People's word is your God. Right? That's why you see people with they're listening to the words of politicians, right? The mainstream media, the their doctors. So you hear on TV all the time, listen to your doctor, listen to your doctor, listen to your doctor. How do you know your doctor's always being straight with you? Now you can't trust anything. You trust what the doctor, a lot of them are in fear. they've been told, oh, you'll lose your job unless you do this. I was just listening to a doctor who is not sold out, and she was talking about that. She says, you know, she has her what do you call other doctor peers, and a lot of them have said, well, we're going to do this because we're going to lose our job if we don't do this, even though it's not good for people. Can you imagine? And you listen to that. See? So that's your supreme word, your supreme God. But you got to ask the question, is that the supreme word? Is that the supreme God? How are you acting after you? How are you feeling after that? See? People, if you want to be liberated and you listen to a word that liberates you, better to make that your God, because it is. Whatever you listen to and believe in is your God. Okay? So when you see that Bible verse, the pure meaning of that is get the word of God that comes from the transcendental platform. That's our preaching here. Hey man, we're just saying, hey man, this word is great. It lifts your consciousness to the transcendental platform. You become sovereign in this word. You understand that's the truth. The truth is you're jiva. You're marginal. You're on the margin. See, if you listen to the words given by the previous acharyas, that word will liberate you forever. See, your jiva, where do you get that word? This is truth. Come listen to this word and see if by developing faith, see, that there's a spiritual potency, a spiritual energy. It's a liberating energy. You only get it from a liberated person who is liberated in this energy. Otherwise, you're marginal and you're listening to the words of the politicians of the world, or you're listening to the false acharyas and false spiritual masters that are not liberated and can't give you a liberated word. And therefore you are under that word that they give you. And if it's not self-realized, see, realized in the real self, which is the transcendental potency, the transcendental Lord that has transcendental qualities that only the liberated soul that's liberated in that word, Bhagavan level realization. They've realized the personality of Godhead. They chant the holy name. This is their symptom and their sign. They chant the holy name with great ecstatic devotion. That is their symptom of knowing that liberating word. Listen to them, and you'll be liberated like them. You'll be free of all kinds of limitations given by the words of unrealized gurus and popes and ministers. Let the real word of the liberated soul minister to you. You got to listen. You can't, you got to ask yourself, does my own mind liberate me? My own thinking liberate me? Am I happy in my heart like a person speaking in the absolute truth with absolute realization? That's the example. People have to look at you, and hear from you. Does that word inspire? See, so it's all in the narrative. It's all in the word. Otherwise, you're in a limited Truman show on some level. These gurus who have not realized this supreme word are shaping your reality. What is that reality? Vaidhi. And if they're not, you watch movies, and movies show you what's going on with the popes, and a lot of times they're just materialistic persons, and they realize, oh, we'll just use religion to control people. We have our material desires. They can't give you anything spirit. They don't know what is spirit yet. Many people, most of these gurus, they don't know what is spiritual. It's like, people come to me in the New Age. They don't, until they get Lord Chaitanya's grace, they don't really know much about what is spirit. It's an upload. Like even Maria, she's good in everything and has some connection. She believes in God, always believed in God, has guides and all this. And she said, but this Lord Chaitanya I feel super empowered. Well, what's that telling you? It's a super better realization than even being a good demigod type. See, the energy is stronger, more purifying, more empowering, more liberating. So I say, do a 30-day challenge. Listen to a word and see from your own experience if it doesn't make you more intelligent, more happy inside, more free, more expanded in your understanding. That's really fair. All this, and you could come here as dumb, not understanding nothing, or very kind of, you've been beaten down by illusion, by listening to these narratives out there, people tricking you, lying to you, which they, that's their service. Their service is to get you to unhinge eventually, to get sick and fed up, like Amy, fed up with, this world, basically, fed up with being lied to and tricked and deceived by materially motivated persons. Big pharmas and big Pfizers who they say, oh yeah, take your shot and everything will be all right. And they're just thinking, yeah, well, we want to make money. Oh, so a few people die here and there and get adverse reaction. Ah, so what? Well, at least we made the cash. And you believe in this stuff. Well, I don't know. They say they're trying to do me good. You believe in hypocrites. They can't help it. They you can't help it if you don't listen to the supreme word that liberates you in the truth, that purifies your heart so you don't act like that. What are you going to do? You're caught. You're in prison, man. We're here to free the prisoners, man. You listen to this word, you become free. I don't care. You could have been doing. I'm telling you, a lot of doctors, they know what they're doing. They know they've killed many people already. I'm telling you the truth, man. They know they've done this, and they did it because they're weak. Maya's weakened them. They become servants of Maya. Many people, they're under the they like these what do you call people in Hollywood. See these stars, man. They sold out. They know it. They don't know what to do. They don't. They think, hey, what can I do, man? I sold out, man. I've hurt many people by my activities and actions. They know it and probably feel really bad about it. And they don't know what to do. Well, I got some good news for you guys. My Lord will forgive everything. If you come and listen to this word, my Lord will forgive all you Luciferians, man, and many of you. They know what they're doing. They think there's no way out. That's why some that get a little free, they turn to Jesus and Jesus frees them. But there's something here that'll free you also. There's a word that'll free you even more. This is it, man. This is how people are saved. This is how the world is saved. You got to hear the word spoken, just like people. People think, oh, some God in the cloud is going to come. No, no. This is a battle. This is a battle of illusion against the truth, man. And somebody's got to be here speaking truth to the point of giving freedom for anybody and free them that way. Okay? Just like you see, this illusion is the Lord or Lucifer or Maya, whatever word you want to use for that, is using persons to do this, right? Well, who is God going to use? Who's God's true champion? I mean, the true Lord, the more powerful Lord, the one who always wins in the end. Who is he going to use? Are you one of those? Are you like Jesus? Are you like Lord Caitanya? If not, you're just on the sidelines. Oh, when is some apparition going to come? Are you kidding? We're going to do it because we're being used like the Mayas using these people in illusion. We're being used by the supreme truth to give salvation and more to people. This is your freedom, man. Otherwise, look at what you got to suffer in this karmic thing. There's no karma here. Here we dissolve the karma. The same thing for these Vaidis. I was listening. Tamal Krishna was speaking about this Ritvik thing. He said, actually, Prabhupada wanted the Ritvik thing, and they even the Ritviks they slant things and all that stuff, and he said, I don't want my guru to take the karma, Prabhupada, because he sometimes said his sickness is because he took too many disciples. He took on their energies, and it's true. You do take on their energies. Okay? Can you imagine? We have all these gurus who are not liberated souls. And so they're not pure. They cannot dissolve that stuff by associating with their non liberated associates. Okay? Because guru does, all your karmas come over here, of course, into the fire, right? What happens? It burns here, doesn't it? See, I'm not an accumulator. Are you kidding? You think I can do this preaching, be an accumulator? It's got to burn, man. Got to burn. See? And now you guys are becoming fires too. It comes into you, you burn it. See? It's win-win here, man. You become like your guru. Able to take on karma of people and they burn it, man. It's their only real help. They carry so much stuff. You become a moving holy place. People don't have the strength or the understanding to go to a holy place and get purified. They don't have that strength. They don't know that that's available. But you know what? This is even better. You go to people, they get a better result because ecstatic devotees like are here are a better result than going to the holy places. Where is that? Well, that's all over in the preaching of Krishna and Lord Chaitanya's devotees. The devotees of Lord Caitanya purify even places of pilgrimage because of their ecstatic worship. All your sins accumulate there. They go and purify. Where? They purify even an unholy town. The Lord had his associates born in the most impious places. They're so powerful. That's why this place this is mega empowered, man. You spend some time, you'll see that. You become so happy just being here, just being with the devotees. That's why it's a little baptism by fire. Sometimes you think, I don't know, man, I'm going to hold on to this. This is burning up. I think I'm going to go outside here. I don't know. I've been living with this conditioning a long time, and it's just burning up. Oh, it's a little. Well, the more it burns, the more happy you'll be by being here, like us, many of us. It's nice to hear the supreme words. Supreme words liberate me more and more and more. Huh? I just see people listening to Maya and becoming more and more limited. They're wearing masks in cars. Can you imagine, man? Even now. Now monkeypox is coming out. And the World Economic is going to lock down the whole they always want more control. That's Maya wants more control. But that's her thing. She says she's fed up too. She says, well, you guys won't listen to real devotees. Well, I'm going to show you, man. I'm going to show you how limited you're going to be. I'm going to stick you in a cubicle and put these goggles on you, and you're going to live in the metaverse if you won't live in God, the real God, the true God, the real word, So you got to take your choice. You want to live in the metaverse or you want to live in the megaverse? You want to live in the fantasy of Zuckerberg, the metaverse? Does he look good? Does his word look good? Censoring everything. Ooh, you're not with community standards. What kind of community you got? There's no community there. It's these authoritative guys. Oh, this is the community because they lie. Everything they do is a friggin' lie now. That's why I say don't believe anything now. Believe this word if it liberates you more. Why not? Why not believe things that work? If you hear a word that's limiting, puts masks on you and poison in your body, well, there you go, man. You've been tricked and duped. You don't see me speaking limitations. You don't see me speaking selling out. You don't hear me saying, well, if they tell you to, you got to get your little shot to travel, you should do that. You should listen to the government because Prabhupada said you listen to the. You don't hear me saying that, do you? Prabhupada took some shots and all that. You should take these new RNA, mRNA things, which are not actually what they were before, even. See? These are your intelligent leaders, see? So-called intelligent. See? We get protected on all levels here, actually. See, supreme word, isn't that just? See, this is real. Isn't this real knowledge? Where do you hear preaching like? That's why we got to go mainstream, man. We got to get this content out. Nobody has. There ain't one person I've seen in this world that has this content. Even though the book, it's all this content is all in that big fat Bhagavatam and Gita. People don't understand this content because they got to hear the word. They got to hear it spoken by a person who's realizing these things, relishing these things, relishing the supreme personality of Godhead said what he said, not speculating on what he said and then translating the books. That's what they're doing. Oh, yeah, I'm listening to the Lord. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, and that's here. Listen to my speculations. I'll change the verses around because Prabhupada's not as smart as I am. See? And he can't do anything about it because he's dead. Right? Who's gonna defend Prabhupada? Oh, Balaram will. I heard about him this morning. Oh, Balaram will defend Prabhupada. He knows all about Prabhupada, what Prabhupada wants, right? He's so smart, like the Vaidis. They're very intelligent. Oh, of course we know what Prabhupada. Don't listen to Gaurahari that much, Yeah, I get tears now. I don't need you. And slam bam, thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the tears, Lalita. Thank you very much. No, I don't need you, man. I'm gonna cry because I get a little hair standing on my head, man. People, see, they do to you now what they do to me. Oh yeah, thank you very much, Gohari. Now I'm an ecstatic devotee. Now I'm gonna go off. I'll see you later. Bye bye. Yeah, bye bye, Mahavir. Bye bye, Premaniti or Manarama, whatever your name is. Bye bye. Until we meet again next life or something. Maybe we'll get Meena back. I heard she's listening from the background. Let's see. Janaki says, listening from the sidelines. Why do I not feel her? Yeah, well, listen to this word from your heart, It's all what you're attached to. Maybe you're carrying your ex-guru. Oh, I'm not. I mean, your current guru around. Maybe you believe his word more than this one. If this word increases in your heart, then that speculation or whatever won't make you that. You should ask yourself: does my guru's word make me more expanded, more liberated, more happy? But I see, I look at you, Mayavadi, and others like you. You don't look very happy. You're having problems and difficulties and all that. Look, Lalita seems more free to me. River seems more free. Her moments are getting more free. Yeah. She knows what she's doing. She's gonna see. She knows her intent, but not everybody understands her. So they think they don't understand what she's doing. She's doing everything to get more free. Yeah. Yeah, you should be asking about your good. Give like, hey man, what word am I listening to that makes me more free? Yeah. If your guru isn't freeing you, I mean, it doesn't matter how much sentimental you are. Oh, my guru Dave. Hey, man, let's deal with facts, man. Let's deal with intelligently this thing. Guru Dave, how free is he giving you? How much more freedom do you got listening to him? Is your guru giving freedom like Lalita's got in her? She's in her guru's word. Look at her. Is she doing better than you are? Yeah, a lot of people are attached sentimentally. Well, I don't know. It says the Vedas say I'm supposed to follow. Well, look at the wives of the Brahmins in the, look at Bali Maharaj. He gave a guru up a guru who could raise the dead. Hey man, I'm going with Vamadev. He's Shuddha Bhakta. Hey man, Shuddha Bhakti is here. Shuddha Bhakta Guru is here. Shuddha Bhakta followers are here. Why, you're the most foolish person in the world that wouldn't give up that. Whatever it is in the world, I don't care. Worldly gurus, popes, poopy popes, 1,000 of those dead gurus that don't have the life. We got life here, man. Can you see it? You get what kind of we go to these boring Bhagavatam classes, preaching Vaidhi and ceremonies and prancing around the stage with big sticks. Look at me. I'm a big sannyasi preaching. Compared to I'm just preaching here and making you acharyas here just by this word. It's so powerful. Whoa, God, come on, man. Wake up, Jeev Jago. Be intelligent, man. Yeah. Listen, hey, man, what word is getting me more freedom? Krishna, God, he will love you for that. You think, man, that's a smart cookie, man. I tell my own disciples, you find a word more freeing, go follow it, man. Gives you more expansion of kind. Follow it, and we'll probably follow along. Yeah, but Krishna's like that. We're like this. We're on the same nature. Krishna, where's the most bhakti, man? That's where he is. Yeah. Why don't you start thinking the only way you got to listen to this word? I'll teach you how Krishna is. Therefore, then you'll understand how to act in this world. Krishna's looking, where's the bhakti, man? He doesn't care about anything else. Nothing. This is his shadow. He delegates. Hey, Maya, you're my servant. Here, you take care of the conditioned souls. I don't even look in that direction. I did once and it's going. You take over until they learn their lesson, till they're ready to listen to my devotees who come here to liberate them. Otherwise, you stay in prison. You got to hear the liberating word. Otherwise, you're hearing the narrative that's in keeping you in prison by people who have material motives. And that goes all the way up into religion. These religious gurus are keeping you in prison. You should ask yourself, you come here, you get a chance to see that. You hear a word that liberates you from even religion. You are able by this word to abandon all varieties of see. Arjuna heard that word and you're hearing it again. It's not enough just to read it. They can't abandon all varieties of religion. See, you got to hear the word again. Abandon all varieties of religion and take shelter of the real Krishna, which we preach here. The liberating Krishna, the eternal Krishna, the ecstatic Krishna, the Shuddha Bhakti Krishna, not some material Krishna, not even some regulative ceremonial Krishna. He's the deeper Krishna, the real Krishna, eternal Krishna. Listen to this word and become free, like Arjuna was. Okay? Here you learn how to take shelter of the transcendental Krishna. Otherwise, you'll never know. You're listening to words from these wannabe. They're not in the transcendental word of the Lord. None of them. I haven't seen one of them in the transcendental word of the Lord to liberate people, or at least they're not speaking it. We're speaking the word of transcendence here. This is the word, the true word of the greatest God I found. You show me a word that can bring you into the eternal form of the Lord and realize the unrealizable, the unattainable. You show me a word better than this. Show me a word that makes ecstatic devotees like Johan, Lalita, River, Janakis, Govindas. Puts a smile on their face better than even the demigods have. Really? Demigods, if they don't have the mercy of Lord Caitanya, they don't look like you. They'll have to come to you to get this mercy because you're here to give it, even to the demigods. Hey, the real guru, the real associate of Lord Caitanya that has received that mercy is the spiritual master of the demigods. That's what the Shastra said. If you're a real associate, demigods have to come to you if they don't have that mercy. And even if they do, they want to come. Oh yeah, let's come and hang out, man. There's real Hari Kata on the deepest level being spoken on this planet. This is how to attract the demigods back here to the world. Otherwise, they don't want to come here with this Kali Yuga. Are you kidding? Look at Maria. You want to know what demigod? There's one right there. Good person, man. Won't kill a fly. She doesn't want to. She said, oh, let humanity go. Rather be with the natural animals. At least they follow nature. You know? See, that's demigods thinking like that. See? But this is a track. Look, we got demigod coming here type. Demigoddess type. Yeah, Maria, see, she comes. Demigoddess type. She attracted. See? And see, this will put even all the sadness, everything goes, man. You become super empowered. You see her words. It's great. I love introducing people to Lord Caitanya, and he shows them. My Lord is the gardener, man. He goes in your garden and makes it more flowers, more beautiful. Even though it may have been pretty beautiful, makes it more beautiful. Good people, bad people. You can have a nice car, fairly new, or jalopy. He'll come and fix everything. He's a great mechanic, man. Great mechanic. He's expert, man. Ooh, a jalopy. He likes it. The more rundown, the better. He would likes to do that. He likes to challenge. Oh, I'm going to make this car a Hummer. It's going to hum and sing and dance. And that'll be your witness. Yeah, man. Lord Caitanya made me a Hummer, man, like this, man. I just hummed and skipped down the road, man. Free. Maya doesn't touch me. I was telling Shamaguri, she says, "Oh, I went to visit my daughter, or I don't know, somebody, and oh, Maya's so strong." I said, "Yeah, look at me, man. I'm in Playa del Carmen, man, and I'm in bliss and ecstasy, happy. Oh, blissful. I want to help make others blissful and happy too, and I'm doing." Man, what a great service, man. It could be anywhere, like Narada Muni, even in this world, like Narada Muni. Oh, glory. Well, what about me? Well, hey, you come here. It'll be about you too, being like that also. How about that? Win-win here. What do you think? This is like a B Gates trip where it's win-lose? See, that's the elites. That's the Maya that wants to make you win. They win and you lose. No, this is win-win for them and everybody. My lords, he's very merciful now. I'm here just to announce his mercy. Free. You listen to this freedom word, this freedom song. And he wants to free you. It will work. Try it out, man. Look, listen to the witnesses. Lord ain't looking at what you did before. Saint or sinner, he'll liberate anybody who will associate with his real devotees here. Oh, are you of this par excellence here, like here? This kind of preaching, this kind of liberation and freedom? Well, prove it. Let's see. How is it to be with your guru there, Mayavadi? Looks to me you'd still need a little help. See, you say, oh, I feel like I'm from another planet and all that stuff. Well, you come closer here, you'll be part of this planet. So what do you want to be part of the planet of the apes out there? The intelligence of the apes? Or you want to be part of the Vaikuntha planets and beyond? Actually, this is more beyond Vrindavan planet. The best of all planets. Yeah. So you should be asking, has your way liberated you like this way? See, the wives of the Brahmins, see, this is the real Bhagavatam. The wives of the Brahmins went and associated with the cowherd boys just a short time and got love of God, like you guys. So where's the real? Was it the Brahmins that were preaching the highest thing? Or was it the cowherd boys in forest dress who had the close relationship genuinely with Krishna? Though you get close to those who are close to Krishna, boy, you get it fast. You become like them. Otherwise, many lifetimes for you before you get prema. Lord Chaitanya said that to attain Krishna, the highest level, oh, it's so hard. You got to rise. This is the preaching of the Narayan Raj group. You got to rise to the platform of self realization, which is very hard, very long. But the good news is Nityananda is here. Nityananda is here again in the form of his representative. But the good news is, oh, just by faith in Nityananda, oh, no problem. Oh, very easy to attain this level. This mercy is being given through my devotee Nityananda. Oh, anyone. See, Krishnadas Kaviraj says, whether you're a saint or sinner, this highest level of consciousness and happiness, just think of, give it the highest level of happiness is available. Nityananda isn't looking, are you good or bad? Are you qualified or unqualified? Like these gurus have been looking at you. Narayan Raj also was looking like that. Are you qualified? Oh, you're not qualified. Do more austerities, do more of this, more of that, chant more lakhs. But Nityananda, the real representative here to give the real mercy, ain't like that. Anyone will fall down before Nityananda or his representative, same thing. What does that fall down mean? Fall down before the word, the liberating word. If you say, oh man, this is great, I give respect to that word. Will be lifted up and embraced by his Lord, my Lord, Chaitanya, Nityananda, Radha, and Krishna. Anybody who comes, you come and listen while. You just prove it to yourself if you've seen a more liberated word that makes you feel more liberated and free. Prove it to yourself, man. No blind belief. I don't like blind believers. I throw them in a Vaidhi Bali. Go follow the blind adherence to the ceremonies and all that, if that's all you can do. No. Anybody, come here. Just intelligent people, or even if you're dumb, come here, dumb, deaf or dumb or blind, and just listen and see what happens from your own experience. See if isn't that a great way? From your own experience. No more lying to you. No more trying to jerk you around mentally and twist your mind and jerk you around here and there. No, your freedom. The Lord will give you intelligence just by coming here. See if that's true. See if these words don't come true. See if these words don't inspire you more. Fire you up. You notice people get fired up here. That could be you too. If you come and listen, take it to heart this preaching, which should become automatic. You come here like you should be coming here. You want to come here not to give problems. How about you come here so you can learn something? See if I can learn something. See if I can become more free. See if Gohar is telling the truth. See if wow, maybe look, these people look more happier than I am. Maybe they know something I don't know. Maybe my guru is a no show. And here, maybe this is the greatest show on this earth at this time. Find out for yourself. To me, it's the greatest show. I haven't found. I go. If something in Vaishnavism was a greater show, if Prem Parojana or somebody like that was a greater show, I would go. I tried. I listened, but it doesn't turn me on like this. Go to the greatest show you can find on this planet. And I say, check this one out, man. We're here to show. We're dancing on the stage now. Come check it out. And see, spend a little time. Why not? For your own self benefit. I say it's a great show. I say it's the greatest show on this planet. Whenever somebody is empowered by the true transcendental Lord, it's got to be a great show. Come on, man. Find out if that's really true. And if just by spending a little time to find that out, you will be so benefited beyond what you can even conceive of in your mind. See if what I say is not true by your own experience. See why these people here, like River and Lalita, come here every day practically for 5 years. Find out why anybody would do something like that. Why she's laughing like this and feeling like this. Why is she smiling like this? Why would anybody smile after 2 hours of listening? She should be going like, after 2 hours of somebody speaking nonstop like this. Huh? Why is her eyes wide open? Like, why? Ask questions. Come on. Come on. You'll be able to ask questions. Maya will come off of you. Maya makes you dumb. It's always dumbing you down. You ever heard that word, dumb down? That's what Maya does. Makes you a dummy. Come here. You're gonna become smart, intelligent, ecstatic, happy. Find out if that's true what I say. Hey, because you're always listening. People listen. They listen to Maya, and they find the opposite happens. They promise, like politicians, gurus. These gurus promise you, oh, the pearly gates will come if you just come and just give me your time and your money, your attention. Come to my boring Bhagavatam classes. Go do your ceremonies and do these austerities and everything. And I look at just still people still sad. You ever see sad? Have you ever seen me sad? Huh? Ever? Why? Because I found the relief of all sadness. So you sad people, come here. Find out if your sadness doesn't go. Why do you want to stay your whole life in sadness? Being sad looks. When I first meet people, they go, like whipped dogs. Yeah, they've been whipped by Maya. Even the good people, they can't get out of it. The demons are really strong now. Strong energy. They depress everybody, man. Which is good for our preaching, man. We got some relief. See, we're relief workers. Relief workers. Hey, man, I didn't know. We have another half. We're relief workers, Lalita, River. People come here, you get relief. How would you like to go to a place that you get relief? Real relief, man. Oh, I'm relieved. Oh, finally found the shore. I've been swimming in the Maya and I washed up on the shore of Sadhu Sangha. That's what it'll be like. I haven't even got through the verse yet. Each word is full of meaning. It's full of See, that's why people, they speculate, right? They take the verse and they speculate. They can't take one word of that thing and just milk it like a cow, and bring all his milk. Yeah, that's why that's why I'm on this path, man. That's why I'm in this sangha, man. I like milk, man. Just milk, never runs out, does it? These scriptures are like milk, or like the cow to me. Oh, another hat. I didn't know it was a milker. A milkman. And then I get to deliver. I get to milk the cow and deliver the milk. Do everything. Yeah. Somebody's got to milk the cow and somebody's got to deliver the milk. Can be the same person, might not? Right. That's when you get with God. It's like that. He does everything through you. Whatever needs to be done. Yeah. And then it's a team too. He's working through all of us. It's fun. It's like, hey man, it's a family affair, man. Delivering people is a family affair. Bring them into the Vaishnava family. Why not? There's a liberated family here, full of happiness and bliss. Why not be with the most blissful family on the planet you can find, huh? Find a family. The thing is, you got to go through a little purification here. You got to wash. We got to wash your clothes. You come here, we'll wash your clothes. This is a laundromat too. Go, Hari, just bring me your clothes. You know, I go give my laundry when I go to get it washed, right? Got dirty laundry. You guys, we all got dirty laundry. And there's a guy. He's got the washing machine, and I go. He's got a little, a little door, and I give him this my what I do. I just got my laundry back. You see, there's a laundry bag here full of this, and I go to this guy. He's in a laundromat. He goes and he says, "Oh, you got laundry." He takes it, he weighs it on the scale, and he washes it and gives it back to me. That's what we're doing here. It's the same thing. Laundromat. I didn't know. Another hat. This is this is Magic Suds last. You come bring your laundry. How are you going to get it washed? Only Krishna can wash, and Krishna uses. He's the door, right? He's working through here. You see, you just push your little laundry through this door. It's got a little door. I'll take a picture later. Just a little thing. Oh, you can just get the laundry in there. And the guy washes it and gives it back to me. What is the difference between that pastime and that pastime here now? It has to be the same. Krishna says, "Oh, you gopis doing austerities. You eat unspiced khichdi. Bring your laundry here. Bring your clothes here." He goes and he takes the clothes. He's a thief, right? He didn't wait for them to give them to him willingly. They go in the water to take a bath, right? The external bath. And he goes, "I'm going to take those clothes." And he takes the clothes. So he touches them, purifies them. See, he's the machine, the laundry machine. The thing on the suds and everything. He doesn't have to stick it in some machine. This is what the demons want to do. They want to do everything mechanically. He's the machine. He's everything. He just touches them and boom, clean. Gave him back to the gopis. What was that? Marriage. See, they wanted to marry Krishna. They did all these things, but they had clothing on. Read the story. Nobody's ever explained this like this. Krishna has to actually be with a person. And you should judge that. You should see who has given me the best explanation of Krishna consciousness in Krishna consciousness. Isn't that a good way to judge? Who gives the best one? Does Jayapataka or Radhanath give a better explanation? Go with who gives you the best explanation, the most satisfying to your heart. Now, that's intelligent, isn't it? I think even they would agree with that. He gives back the clothes. What is that? The marriage, man. Gives them back purifying. The clothing is they're clothed with it. That's why Sukadev Goswami could go around nude. He was clothed with love of Krishna. What do I need? I'm clothed with love of Krishna. That's why I go around and teach you. What do I need? What do I need a dhoti for? What do I need tilak for? What do I need neck piece? I get criticized. What do I need it for? I have a special kind of clothing here. What do I need titles for? It's just happening. You want a bhakti? How about just going and listening to Vedanta that comes from bhakti? What do I have to have an official title, a plaque on the wall? Why not just be the Bhakti Vedanta? Right? Yeah, just hear this Vedanta and see, does it come from bhakti? Do you see any of the bhakti? And do you like what you hear? Is it more freeing word, more truthful word? Are you learning all tattvas, Maya tattva, Guru tattva, Rasa tattva? That's what the real guru is supposed to teach you. Do you hear that here? Do I have to say I'm real guru? Or can you see that acting out? See, I just act out. Just ask yourself, are you learning Guru Tattva, real Guru Tattva? Are you learning real Maya Tattva here and real Rasa Tattva here? Yes or no? Just ask the question. I ask it for you. Get things going first. Lalita's getting ready to. It's ready. She's drunk already, man. She's stoned. Watch out, man. Everybody start thinking she's smoking pot or something. Well, River too. She looks pretty stoned also. Hey, man, if the word you speak ain't stony, doesn't get you stoned, then you listen to the wrong word, because that's the will of God, is everybody gets stoned on his truth. ecstatic, blissful, free, sovereign in the word that he speaks through his real devotees who have real bhakti and prove it. No more no show. Let's put the show on the road. Still a little early here. Let's get this show rolling down the road. What is this? I just put this up spontaneously. I didn't even know I put it up. It says, listening attentively to you is the most magical experience imaginable. Wow, that's uncommon. I still can't hardly believe the power of this preaching. It blows my mind every day. Well, you guys are hard to impress. Amy, every day we have to do. How else can Krishna keep you around? You guys are very greedy. You want only the most best things. If my class goes down the tubes, then you'll leave. The Lord works on attraction. You guys are very, very high class connoisseurs of amazing things. I don't, the Lord doesn't want to lose his audience, so he has to always do something, do a new thing, deeper thing, interesting thing, little twist here, a little twist there, untwist here, untwist there. I'm amazed too. Otherwise, I just come here, Hare Krishna, and say, "Okay, Lord, you're it's up to you again." Because I don't know, these ladies are hard to impress. Man, they have a high standard. There's going to be another impossible task you have to do. The impossible has to become possible by your grace. That's what I'm thinking. You don't feel it because you are not purified and not humbled. So when you are purified and humbled, yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's see if the miracle will. It just depends on people. How they are. How they take this. We'll see. It's amazing. Anybody who comes here should. It's great. They do get to come. Sweet nectar here. Oh, he did not do that. I'm sorry. I go. No comments. Oh, push the button. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, this have the interaction of the devotees. And, boy. I didn't finish the verse yet. I just got to the first couple of words. Okay. My dear friend, mighty armed Arjuna, listen again to my supreme word. The universe was created by the word. Let there be light, and there was light. See? So what's the meaning? The deep meaning. Your universe is created by the word you hear and you speak. A lot of people don't speak and they just listen, or they just speak nonsense. Brahma said, I created this world and it all is a bunch of nonsense. It doesn't make any sense. See that? So when you have faith in the world, the creation of Brahma alone, it doesn't make any sense. You need to hear not the word of coming from those that are just into the word of the world. You have to hear the word of God, the transcendental Lord coming through his real representative. And this gives the light to see the whole picture. This is why this is great. This people coming here, you're gonna understand the whole truth about why you're here, who you are, why you're suffering even. People don't know why they're suffering. Even Maria, her suffering is going now. She's learning how not to just speak about, this, when she starts speaking these words, reading Bhagavatam, chanting the verses, she can be happier and happier and happier. Like she's chanting Lord Caitanya, Lord Caitanya. See, re-education program. So you got a choice, world. You want to go to the re-education camps? The Maya is going to speak the word there. They got them already. They're building them right now. Re-education camps. Listen to our more limitations. Comply, comply, comply. Do what we say. See? We are your gods. Worship the Chinese leader, whatever it is. That's what Maya does. See, this is called Maya Tattva. I don't know, I'm not against her. It's just a truth. Truth will set you free. See, this is a re-education camp too. I ain't gonna lie. I'll just be frank with you. This is a re-education. But this re-education you're gonna love. It's gonna give you more freedom, more understanding, how to become more sovereign, and really why you're unhappy in this world. There's a reason for it. You just people in this re-education camp of the illusion and the Maya, that's all you know. You need to be re-educated by the truth. The truth will set you free. That's what Jesus said. It's true. Okay? You got to listen to the words of devotees, see, in the books, and then people, because you see, they need it, they need to hear it. So they get purified to understand it. Like, look, you guys are understanding that word even on your own now, because you're purified. You look at the book, and it speaks to you. You see, this is God, man. I love this word. I want to preach this word. I want to chant this word. Chant this name. It speaks as you and through you. You're lifted up into this word, man. You have this like a go up into it. You trust this word more and more and more. That's why you trust this word. And lift it up and higher, deeper, deeper, deeper forever. Or back to the re-education camps for you, man. In the Maya. You got your choice now. Very glad about this time, man. I get a good preaching. The highest truth is reality, which we preach, distinguished from illusion, which we preach. What is the illusion? People don't know. What you don't know bites you in the butt. See? People, like God said in the Bible, He says, my people are being destroyed by ignorance. See? So we destroy the ignorance, and what do you get? Life, truth, eternal happiness. So, give us a word, Lilita.
Oh, Guru Maharaj, well, I was just thinking, I'm actually a very bad example because I was not spiritually situated at all. I needed mercy more than everybody else. I had such a struggle by reading that Bhagavad Gita 10 years ago, sitting there, what should it mean? And down things and reading that purpose and made it more difficult. And what happened? Look, now I see one sentence and I start laughing and crying from the first.
See, that's what you get here. That's the witness. If you are listening to somebody empowered by the spiritual potency, it lifts all the burdens, all the obstacles away, so that you can communicate with God in His book, in His name. This is what people are lacking in the world. There's no reason people to be unhappy. The only unhappiness is ignorance, not knowing what we know. So come see, see if we know what we're talking about or who we're talking about. See if more freedom is not here. Why not? Yeah. This is why it's going mainstream, because people need to hear this. Who, there's this content isn't anywhere. It's not in ISKCON. It's not in Gaudiya Math or Samiti. It's not in Christianity. But it was. It came. Its content is very important. It came with Lord Chaitanya, the latest incarnation. The latest incarnation, people. The latest avatar, who is very rare, comes here. Any avatar is very rare that comes here, and this one comes. Every yuga has an avatar. Kali Yuga has an avatar. Satya Yuga everyone has an avatar. And this one only comes every 27 rotations of these yugas, which are a very long time, 4,320,000,000 years before you can get information like this. And if I was a Christian and know this, wow, I'd be beating the track. Don't tell me you're hungry to know God if you're not here. You're not hungry enough, I guess. Because this incarnation is very rare. Matter of fact, the devotees even now are very rare. This is probably the only place on the planet, because I haven't seen one place. The Prem Parosian ain't preaching this. Not like this. He's preaching all fancy verses and everything, but he can't communicate prema to others. You show me one. Let's see it in him. He's got something, but I don't know. Nobody knows. See, it's a no show still. No show. No prema show. Here's a
Yeah,
prema show. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. What?
I wrote a lot of comments on those retweets now, yesterday and this morning, and no comment, no answer. Nobody,
And they'll
nobody.
probably delete some of them. Like they deleted something. Probably
Yeah,
something
you
I
said
wrote.
they delete. Yeah, they
Yeah,
delete.
probably something I wrote. You probably commented, and then oh yeah, and it says, see, it's always this is how this level is. It's a kind of like that. It's like we are an open discussion forum, and then they say, oh, we don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. The guy who did the forum is saying, I don't agree with that. Oh, take that away. Open discussion. It's all in name only. Chanting is in name only. Everything. Crying schools are in name only. PureBhakti.com is in name only, except here. The only reality of prema is here that I've seen. Radhakun Babaji's also no shows. Still looking, ooh, Bhakti's still at the war orange thing. He can't be bona fide. Oh, that's really deep, man. But we're all ecstatic. So sectarian, everything. And so it's all, this is Maya. It's all, see, you learn about real Maya all the way up into Radhakun Babaji stuff, to preaching and ISKCON preaching. Oh, I go around to all these sanghas, and the Narayan Raj preaching where it's lacking, you know? You got to find out where's the truth, man. Because if you're looking, oh, Narayan Raj, many lifetime preaching, that's what real Lord Chaitanya. If you think like that, you go your whole life believing in that, and then you die lacking. But look at this: Amy comes here, and Lalita comes here, and understands all the books that you can't learn over there.
We know the difference because of you, because you're rightly connected, because you're a real guru, real spiritual master, real true vine, and they don't have that. They are in darkness, in emptiness, trying to survive, like in society.
So what's the fault? Is it a bad thing I go in there and preach the truth, even though, well, we're really attached to Narayan Raj, and you're saying things that I'm not saying against. I'm just saying, listen, you didn't get the fruit of love of Krishna. It's available here. Somebody's got to. If I don't tell you, you won't know, and you'll die believing you can get prema in many lifetimes. You can get it now, Narayan Raj group, every one of you. I have nothing against Narayan Raj. We're all here to work together, to Prabhupada, Narayan Raj, all of the Radhakun Babajis even. But you got to know where prema is giving, and it's here. We have demonstration. Why go with that kind of preaching when this preaching is here? Come to the front of the line. Stop staying in the back. This is the front of the line to get into the kingdom. Why stay in the queue way back in the thing over there in Vaidhi land? Or whoever didn't give it to you, you're in the back. I got the order, Prabhupada, to bring you into the front of the queue. He wants you to get this. He wants Balaram to get this. You gotta club him with the truth a little more. Yeah, what are you gonna do, man? People like that. You gotta. That's why. That's why Balaram has a club. It has to be dance around with the club.
I took his club and now I club him.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I just got this realization. In the fighting course in Krishna's pastimes in 10th canto, at the end, Bhima is fighting uh, uh, um, what's his name, Duryodhana, with the club, and so they were like equally matched, and the reason was Balaram taught Duryodhana how to fight with a club. See, so Bhima also had a club, and he's taught by probably Krishna and both of them. Balaram probably both, but he ended up winning. I mean, it's a big secret in that, that I just kind of got, and sometimes it's like that. See, the whole point of guru is to lead you to Krishna, but see, Bhima was it Duryodhana didn't make it. He wasn't purified. He was still kind of like he was a kind of demoniac. He wouldn't associate with the family. The family were the Pandavas. Kind of like people who leave here. They kind of they come and they get somewhere. So they wouldn't go with the complete family, which are the Pandavas. But Bhima was part of the family. He had association of Balaram, and he had an association of Krishna, and he won the fight. Because ultimately, you got to get Krishna. So Duryodhana didn't. He just had Balaram, and he taught him how to fight. But eventually, Krishna. Now, why did he win? Because Krishna is the most tricky and the most sovereign. And Krishna says, break his thighs. And even Bhima said, but that's not legal. In fighting, you're not supposed to do that. It's like hitting below the belt. You're not supposed to do that. Krishna says, break his friggin' thighs. Follow my order. And he did. And that's how they. And what can you do? The Lord is sovereign. He doesn't have to follow the rules. The Lord says, break his friggin' thighs. It's my order. And he did. He broke the code. See, only the devotee can break the code. If you got the full mercy of Lord Caitanya and Radha and Krishna, you can break the rules. But it'll be beneficial for others. I break the rules. The rule is I shouldn't criticize Narayan. I shouldn't find any fault in the Narayan Raj group. I shouldn't find any fault in ISKCON. I should give respect, right? The mode of goodness, right? Bhagavad Gita, speak only pleasing words. But I'm breaking the rules, right? I'm breaking the thigh, man. I'm cheating. Yeah, I'm breaking the rules. I shouldn't do this. I could be very nice. I could if I wanted to, but I got to break the rules. It's not a fair fight. Maya doesn't fight fair. She'll keep you in illusion with the rules. She'll make you do the etiquettes, and you'll worship gurus who are not so liberated. She'll keep you in Maya, in religion. She'll keep you in religion. I'll free you from religion because I'm breaking the thighs of religion, man. I'm breaking
Krishna
it
is
because
pushing you. Krishna is
yeah,
pushing you, by giving you the confirmations constantly that you're doing the right thing. So
yeah,
yeah,
I'll take
continue.
yeah, yeah, I'm here to say abandon all varieties of religion, take shelter of these truths, man. Worship the Lord in ecstatic spirit and truth, a highest, clearest, perfect truth, and you'll be free forever. Better than religion.
Abandon ISKCON.
Abandon everything. Abandon the Raj preaching. Abandon ISKCON preaching. Abandon Gaudí. Abandon the preaching that you know of with Jesus. Abandon it and come here. Hey, and then you get in. But you'll do that automatically if you can listen.
Yeah.
Listen, hear. Then from your heart, you think, "Oh, I don't need that anymore. I'm not saying a bad, because that would be too. You can't rip the skin off anything, but just come here and listen. Be if you can be open to that and just see if this is not a deeper level. If this isn't where whether your gurus know or don't know where their Lord would like you to be, more free, right? Isn't it about? I mean, don't we all want to be more free, less limited inside? I mean, deep inside. People are doing everything to get more free. They think, well, let me obey the politicians for more freedom. They think that. That's why they put the mask on. They think that's freedom. But it's all who you listen to. Is it more free you get? Look, you people become free of the rules and regulations here, are like strict adhering to them, because you're free on a higher dimension. See? You're free by a higher level of purification, more powerful. This is the preaching of Lord Caitanya now. You listen to this preaching, you say, oh, yeah, I see. Okay, yeah, I'm free in this love of Krishna. Oh, I don't have to follow strictly rules, regulations, and ceremonies to get purified, because I feel so much more purified just when tears come to my eyes and choking of the voice. And no, now I see why Lord Chaitanya came here, to give the deeper path, to give us it, make it more easy. Easy peasy. Okay? Yes, it makes sense. Wow, just by this attraction to Krishna, I feel myself purified. Where I felt so much harder. See, the highest truth distinguished from even lesser. That's still an illusion there. Still not clear. Yeah, we got to We got to experience our soul raw, and Krishna raw, open, nude. You got to be married to God in the nude. The nude is your spirit has to be awakened and to commune with the Supreme Spirit. He realized, this is purification, just embracing the Lord closely in ecstasy of that. Oh man, that's like following zillions of rules to be purified. I can't even get the same result in following a zillion rules for a zillion lifetimes. And my Guru Dev has brought me into this communion with the Lord. I feel purified just by this communion with God. And maybe I'll follow a few rules just to keep people, because they'll freak out. They just cannot imagine something's available. Well, it is. It's all in the Leela. I'm just calling everybody's attention to it. Yeah? We're here to make Arjunas. We're here to make Maharaj Parikshits. You got such a situation. You don't always have a situation. Maharaj Parikshit heard the confidential Bhagavatam that most of the devotees have not heard. They haven't heard this real Bhagavatam. They think the Bhagavatam is about the rules and regulations and ceremonies. But Veda Vyas, he said, my heart ain't happy teaching and preaching and reading and writing about the rules and the regulations and the ceremonies. So you haven't heard the Bhagavatam if your mind and heart is committed to the rules and regulations and the ceremonies. You heard the Bhagavatam but didn't really hear it until you come here, because you get the real straight out truth. See? Clear truth, realized truth, spoken through a real flute. I'm convinced myself. I listen like, wow, man, that's good stuff, man, that's clear. That'll free anybody who'll listen to it, man. You get free of the lower by taking shelter what is higher, what is deeper. Ramananda Roy, come on, tell me something deeper than rules and regulations and Varnashram Dharma. Tell me something deeper. Anybody out there like that? Tell me something deeper than the mode of goodness. That should be your question. Tell me something deeper than following these gurus. And I don't feel like I've attained the desired result of prema bhakti, devotion to Krishna, which is the supreme goal of life. The ultimate goal of life is love of God, love of Krishna. Hey man, isn't that in the book? It says chapter 23, the supreme goal of life. Hey man, look, people have attained that here. They have the symptoms of attaining prema bhakti, the supreme local life. You can see with your own eyes. I just call your attention to the truth, and so you can be set free. If you can just listen and think, wow, yeah, my Guru Dev never told me that. What about you, Mayavati? Has your Guru ever told you these things? Has he shown you these things? Has he got you to feel these things? If not, come here and listen more, and you'll see all we want. Come here regularly. Come with the right motive, too, if you can. Come here to understand what we're understanding. And not to come here and challenge the devotees so much. Well, if that's your path, okay, at least you're coming here. But if whoever comes here like, hey, I want to see is Gaur Hari Das a bullshitter, liar, a cheater? Like I've been cheated by these gurus in this world, these politicians, these doctors, these people in Maya on some level. Is he one of those? Find out. I ain't afraid. Do I look like afraid? Do I look mean? Sometimes, huh? Do I look like a lion? Like you guys preaching lion. Who's it? Madhusudana. Lion like Bhakti said, yeah. Why don't you put a few things in there about your guru? Is he a lion? Well, maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm not his guru. I'm not sure. I don't hear much from him. Do you hear much from him? I don't hear much from Madhusudana. I think he's holding something in his back pocket. What do you think, little Lita? Is he holding something in his back pocket? I think so. Come on, go live, man. Let us see. Let's see what you're keeping in your back pocket, man.
So the symptoms of a lion-like disciple.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why, I made a comment. It was a bit of a mistake, but maybe not, because Shamaguri was not commenting like, hey, man, I got one of those. And like he should like preach the current thing because give people a thing. Where to look.
Still, it's about you.
Oh, glories to Bhakti Siddhanta and Prabhupada, the lion-like gurus. But what about your lion-like guru now? So that's what I was thinking. And she said, oh, hey, well, do a live. But anyway, it was okay because it was one of our members there. But even
Still,
for him,
about you.
like him just putting, okay, Madhusu, I'm going to target you, man. This is your good fortune. What about you? You write this, glory, lion-like guru. What? You don't see lion-like stuff here? You don't see like the head of the line? You are what? You're not in the head of the line? We don't want to bring people to the head of the line? Why don't you call attention in that preaching that the lion has arisen again? Oh, I got to watch out because...
Where are you, Madhu? You were live in the beginning that I came into Sangha.
Yeah.
We missed
See,
that.
so your realization, maybe he doesn't realize, maybe he doesn't see. See, people think they know, but unless you're a disciple and a friend, see, you got to be, here it works really good if you're a disciple. A lot of people just want to go right to the friend. Oh, I'm an ecstatic devotee too. See? My disciples get more mercy. They get more deeper realization. See, that's the mercy. See, then you could really preach as it is. Then you'll understand, like if you're going to put a post about a lion like Bhakti Siddhanta and all that stuff, I mean, how does it relate to this preaching? You should be thinking, oh yeah, that was for you, actually. Yeah, you see, because that's what it's about. It's not, otherwise you're back in the past. How does that preaching of the lion-like guru like Bhakti Siddhanta apply to Prabhupada and now here? Because that's the quality. People need to know the quality of the real line where it is now. This is the progressive preaching. So that's how you support this preaching. Not just say, well, Bhakti Siddhanta was this and Prabhupada was that then. But what
No,
are you
but it
into
has a
now?
message of the past. It's about the
Yeah.
Guru of today.
Yeah, you should show how it relates to the guru of the day. But then again, maybe he doesn't believe in that. Maybe, see, that's why ultimately, when you're like Krishna says, you're my disciple and my friend. See, two things are important. If you don't become a real disciple, you don't go very deep. You don't become a real friend because you don't know the mind of the Lord. The mind of the Lord wants to That's how it works. That's how you get out of this. You got to become a disciple and a friend. And if there's, I mean, you should come long enough to see, is this person worthy to be a spiritual master for me? Because that's what's being preached. I mean, all these guys do it in name only, but they don't do it. They just, oh yeah, spiritual master. Prabhupada said that you must have a spiritual master, and all, and they all got either spiritual masters that are not real spiritual masters. Spiritual masters. Can you call Krishna, and if he comes, does he come? Can you call Radha? Does she come? How do you know they come? Do you have the symptoms? Does if Radha and Krishna come close to you, you'll feel the happiness they feel, and it's very raging, ecstatic love and devotion, and the supreme intelligence. You'll be more intelligent than anybody on this planet spiritually. You'll know the essence of truth better than Prem Parojana, yeah. Or Radhanath, or any of them. Is anybody willing to give that a chance here? You'll be able to cause the awakening of prema that none of those persons have done that I've seen. The closest person I've seen do it is somebody that was awakened by 3 months of my preaching in India. And then he goes to a Narayan Raj person who his guru, this lady, his guru, and this guy was intelligent, and she wouldn't proclaim him guru until ecstatic devotion would awaken in somebody he preached to. And I spent 3 months awakening this Mayavadi. 3 months, tough nuts, some of these Mayavadis. And it finally happened in Mayapur. And then later on, she left because she was really attached to this Mayavadi thing. She didn't like. She said, "I be around you. I feel so small. I want to be big." You know, she want to be one with God, become God. You know, she very hard. And she says, "When I'm around you, I feel so small. I don't like that." I said, "This is it. You're getting baptized by the fire, man. You know, just being a." Oh no, I gotta. So she left, and then she heard the preaching of this person. And she ecstatic devotion. Well, yeah, because she was opened up already. The Lord, you know, she heard it, and she started to cry, and ecstasy happened. And then her guru, his guru, said, "Okay, you're guru now. You awakened ecstatic devotion." But she was already awakened. See? He can't awaken ecstatic devotion. No, just somebody is already awakened. That shows you the power of this preaching. Even the Lord is so kind, even if you're a Mayavadi, even attached to that, he'll still give himself to you. And the more he kind of awakens in you, he'll just like be, you know, people go here, like, you know, Christine, I think, is on a little bit on the side right now. Hey, you'll see, you know, she keeps getting ecstatic. The Lord will bring her back. Anybody who's been ecstatic, either in this life or another life. The Lord doesn't like to leave a house he claims. You know that? You ever get attached? He gets attached to his houses. You ever have a house? You don't want to sell it. Some people leave the house. You know, this house, this is like a real house of God, you know. They leave the house where God is really present, you know, because of attachment to the mundane houses, you know, out there. Go back to the. Uh, so, River, give us a word. You got to unmute.
Yeah. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
Well, I don't really know what to say. Oh, there we go. Everything that you're preaching, it's wow. I'm just blown away from it. I'm so attracted to this path. There is actually nowhere else to go. The devotees in the class, they say it all. Everything that you're saying is just weird. It's just everybody's going through all of their things. We go through these things, and everybody is saying the upliftment and what they've received and what they're getting and what's been removed. We're all going through this path, on this path together as his family and helping each other, being with each other. Yeah, it's really great. I like the way you clean us out so we can actually hear what you're saying. Sometimes those blocks, we can't hear, we can't understand it, we won't even receive it, but they've been just cleared out and out more. Hearing the word, the Holy Spirit from your mouth has been able to take away all of those things, drown them out, burn them, whatever you want to say. It's actually done everything to be able to understand your message so deeply that you don't want to go anywhere else, because nothing else touches you like this. The Lord is touching us here, hearing your preaching. Nothing else touches us like this, Maharaj. Your word is true. It's so true, and I'm so grateful. Ooh, sorry. Yeah, I just have this wonderful gentleman here, devotee here, Karuna Sindhu, who's going through a period of life that's quite difficult and intense. And yeah, I want you to break in with some clubs, like Balaram, because he's a tough nut to crack, really. But even that, he's in the best place, in the greatest association, with the highest knowledge, elevated, going through. Things are coming up that would never come up if it wasn't for
Mhm.
your preaching. They wouldn't come up, and if they did come up, they don't stay. They go and hide again. They go
Yeah,
and
yeah.
hide, and now things are coming up, and they're staying, and they're actually, they want relief. It's a great path, Raj. I'm not going to talk. Kuna's here. He's been
Yeah.
listening.
Yeah, it's just like things like people that come here with different challenges. It's just coming up and out. This stuff, this the skin, it's coming up and out. You can't help it, because being in this association, and which is good. It just otherwise you can't. Could you imagine trying to remove this stuff on your own? You need the power of the group energy here. This
Yeah,
potency, and it just brings it up, whether you like it or not. And sort of, you'll see, you're going to be so happy and relieved, and then you'll have a new life. It's just like a caterpillar in a cocoon right now, and becomes a butterfly. And once it's a butterfly, you see, oh wow, this is a new energy and all that. So this is a great place for people to have a situation where you can really grow in a safe place. This is I
yeah,
don't know any place on a planet like this. This is where you can go through a transformation. A lot of people have it partial, and they make partial. They don't
yeah,
have truth like this or ecstasy like this, and a lot of times they get the purification. It's really hard. I mean, the new age people, they're going through stuff, and it's really hard, painful. But could you imagine? That's why I try to tell people that are going through the new age or whatever purification you're going through, psychology or what. If you come here, it'll go so much faster.
yeah.
You'll have so much extra help because it's very clear here. Very, it's like you're getting the help of God, literally the true God, the eternal Lord. There, it's you're on your own more or less, or these people in the illusion are helping you, but not very well. Okay.
Takes a long time.
Yeah, it's the same thing with for the
A
Vaidhi
long time that
devotees
way.
too. These gurus, they can't help you very well. So you got to find where the one truly empowered by the transcendental manifestation of God, that's here. See, and it's
Yeah,
proven. And look how fast people go. You get ecstatic, the prema, but you go through the stuff coming up and out. You're relieved. See, and
yes.
then relieved of that, and then Krishna doesn't wait. It comes in more, and then you feel. After a while, you just live on that transcendental potency. It's there's no so many obstructions. It's just there.
To breathe. You
Yeah,
can really
you breathe it.
breathe
It
and
becomes
let
natural.
go.
Yeah,
Yeah, breathe
it
deeply.
becomes your natural
Yeah,
existence. Like being in
yeah,
Maya is natural. Being in the spiritual manifestation is natural. The life, the being in the life, being empowered in your activities, it becomes natural more and more for us.
yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely, Maharaj. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
It's nice to see when I
Cleared me
see
out.
yeah, I see in Maria these things happening. How she's becoming more empowered in her activities. I see how the Lord it teaches me how the Lord works. Well, the Lord ain't waiting too much. He's just kind of showing her things, and you know, yeah. It's a miracle. God, Krishna, Lord Chaitanya is very interesting. It's very more and more interesting all the time. How he works and who he works with. And,
Wow. Yeah, it's brilliant. Thank you so much. Thank you to the whole family to having this place, being able to go through the intenseness of those purifications, of releasing, of letting go. You hold the safe space for allow that to happen, for allow us to be held and go through those times, and we all go through them. But here it's so much more because it's for our eternal life and it's for permanently for our eternal lives. And the work here that we do together, hearing from you, coming to school, coming to the holy school, what's it called? The Amazing Grace place. You know, it's our choice to come here every day, wake up, be here on, on time as much as possible, and keep hearing and hearing and hearing. I'm just repeating what you say because that's what you said to me with everything that I have been through. You may not keep hearing and keep hearing, and the power of those words that you say, there's
Mhm.
maybe they're the same words, but the power behind those words is what keeps us going. It
Yeah, yeah,
pushes us, and we are on that journey, because of the power.
yeah,
Empowered words, Maharaj. They're not just, and we don't have to go off and do it by ourselves.
yeah.
That's why I was a little bit disturbed by Maria. She was kind of saying something to me that I had to go and do by myself. Go away and do it by yourself. Well, I'm not here to do that. I'm not going to spend
She said,
my
yeah, but
time.
it just triggered
Yeah.
you. Yeah, it just triggered you. You got to see that she just knew, and so anyway, that's the
Yeah,
thing.
it doesn't. Sometimes it doesn't feel like that because the way she interacts with you live on camera, it's like you've been friends for many, many, many years, and it can be a little bit deceiving. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
that's
know
all
what
right.
goes on behind the scenes. I don't
Yeah.
know that, and
No,
yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
well,
I was
you
wondered.
just, yeah, nothing is,
Absolutely.
yeah. The more clear you get, you'll see what's going on here. How I
I
deal
kind
with
of
it.
do because I've
Yeah.
seen you go through this with devotees
I don't
many
spare
times.
anybody. I don't spare anybody. She don't get spared. She knows it. I tell her the truth. I tell her, I tell her goody two shoes. I said something more and all that. I don't spare.
Okay.
I don't spare Mary Sachi. Nobody gets spared because it's not. It's got to do uncompromising. It's the best ultimately, even though it pinches a little bit sometimes. But Krishna tells me, shows me, just yeah. Yeah. So
I'm
anyway,
sorry.
yeah. So I'm. That's why I'm here to kind of stand in and kind of say, okay, well, back off a little bit. You come, apologize, and because people don't know and they're newer, and it takes a while. So yeah,
You told me to be naughty, Maharaj.
yeah. I know. Well, still, when you're naughty, sometimes you got to sit there and back up a little bit, and you know.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay,
It's so
Maharaj. No,
because
it's great.
yeah, you don't want to see people. Otherwise, if they they're part of a family. They don't want to say, well, I don't like this person. I think you're better than that. I think you can see, you can get out of your conditioning and see, oh, okay, that was my,
It is.
yeah,
It
yeah.
is
And then
a
make friends,
conditioning.
and then you can make friends with her and others because they're part of the family. And otherwise, it's like we're going to have like the fighting thing in the sangha and distance too much. Anyway, I think you can meet the challenge here. There's another challenge for you. How to
Okay.
deal with things because stuff is going to come out. That's why Jesus said how many times the devotees said because they were doing this. They would offend each other because the modes are still interacting, their conditionings, and he's trying to keep it together and saying, well, how many times should we forgive this person? He's acting like this over and over again. Just never, 70 times seven. And, yeah, just keep, just stay in the game, stay progressive. You know,
Okay.
it happened, just, you can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's great, man. That's awesome. All right. That's good. I got to get off my can here and do some prescribed duties.
Me too. The machine is finishing, so I'm going to be coming off anyway.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much, everybody. And please share, share, share. Smash the subscribe button and look at there's PayPal there, and Wise and all that for those who have extra money. If any of you people been holding back, when this is not for those who have been given and all that, and even those who haven't given, that's fine too. But I'm going to make my spiel. Why not? Yeah? And you can help this mission. Why not? I'm preaching every day, right? So if you got money, actually, it's good for you. If you're one of those holder back there, that could be a service that'll free you from miserliness. And some people need that. They need to kind of, get that wallet out a little bit and give to the cause here. And so if you're one of those, we're available now. Thank you very much. Have an awesome day.